She replies that the wolves can't control themselves and might hurt her unintentionally. Afterwards, they go to school and meet their friends. Alice decides to throw a graduation party for all their friends to attend. At that moment, Alice has a vision but doesn't tell Bella. Edward assures her there's nothing dangerous. Bella and Edward then travel to Florida to visit her mother for a day. Her mother tries to convince her to enroll in college in Florida, but she refuses and tells her that she loves folks and will stay there. Alice and the Cullen family are seen in the forest, and Alice tells them this is the place she saw in her vision and that Victoria is still here. They try to capture her, but suddenly the wolves appear and try to capture her too, but she manages to escape in the end. When Edward and Bella go to school, they find Jacob waiting for them. Edward asks Bella to wait in the car, but she refuses. Jacob asks her where she's been for the past 2 days, and they find out that she was visiting her mother. Jacob tells Edward that he wants him not to let any creature associated with blood enter their land again. Bella is confused and asks who did that. Edward replies that there was an issue with Sam Yulei's pack, but it was resolved. Jacob laughs and tells her that he took her to her mother and suggests she leave that night back because she doesn't truly know what's in her heart and that she loves him, not denying what's inside her. She's not forced to be a blood donor for Edward, so she tells him she knows her feelings well and that she loves Edward. He tries to kiss her against her will, so she pushes him away and hits him. Her hand breaks, and when she returns home, she finds Edward waiting for her. When he sees Jacob, he gets into a confrontation with him and warns him to stay away from her. Bella tries to separate them, and her father hears the commotion and comes down to break them apart. The new generation of vampires is becoming more dangerous, and at the party, Alice has a vision that the army of new vampires will come in 4 days to finish Bella. Edward reassures Bella, and Jacob promises her that he will protect her from any danger. Edward and his vampires join with Jacob and his werewolves, and they set up a training camp. Carlisle Cullen informs them that the new vampires are much stronger than them because human blood still remains in their tissues. Jasper says they are very strong and that this army doesn't need thousands like humans do, and no human army could stand against them. He tells them the 2 most important things are to avoid getting surrounded and not to try killing them directly. They will be waiting for them to finish them off, so they start training on combat and new moves as the new vampires practice fighting techniques and so on. Bella goes to ask Jasper if there's anything she can do to help them. He tells her that he participated in many armies that fought against the newborn vampire army and they couldn't defeat them, but he never lost before. He told her he was an ordinary human during the Civil War until he met Maria, who turned him as soon as she saw him because she was building an army. She defeated all her enemies and no one could overcome them. He even became her deputy due to his ability to control the army's emotions well. She ordered him to eliminate any of the newborn vampires in her army, and he did so, feeling sad for them because they were innocent. They find out that one of these newborn vampires asked for asylum with them. Jane excuses her to make her confess everything, and she admits that Riley refused to tell them the leader's name. But then Caius tells her it's Victoria and that they have dealt with her. They kill the vampire, and Jane warns them that if Bella remains human for much longer, there might be consequences. Then they leave. Afterwards, Bella visits Jake, talks to him and tells him she loves him like a brother and truly loves Edward. He responds that he will always love her. In the same garden where they often sit, Edward and Bella discuss engagement details. He tells her that he wants to propose to her father, and although she is hesitant, she feels happy. Stay tuned for the 4th part of the Twilight film series.